Hi everyone, SaneMain here. This video was brought to you by a donation from Daniel. He didn't send me a specific topic, so I thought I'd share a post I found on Reddit. It's called My Red Pill Dosage Story by someone named Jason345. Here's what he has to say, and I quote, "As I'm reading through this subreddit, I ask myself, why am I going my own way? Then in my mind, I start replaying events in my life that led me here, and I thought I'd share a story with you guys. Again, this is before I knew about the red pill, so you have the right to judge me, but it won't help. I grew up in a church. The doctrine that I do good things for others, then good things will be done unto you, is planted in my mind. Sometimes this is true. However, I'm aware of the fact that I did things for females in an attempt to win their affections. Moreover, acts of kindness are one of my love languages. My parents sheltered me from most of the world, so I was oblivious to female nature. And I really thought that all women didn't act the same, and I just needed to find a good woman to settle down with. Fast forward to when I was in my mid-20s. I was going to a church and I was really cool with this one female. Let's call her Mary. Mary was confident, impressionable, down to earth, and a great woman to be around. We would talk about anything and we would enjoy each other's company. I didn't look at her in a sexual way. I treated her like she was my sister, and I had her back as if she actually was indeed my kin. Now her friend Sarah was a different story. I fell hard for Sarah. Sarah had soft eyes and a soft personality to go with them. She was caring and nurturing as a woman, and she was beautiful on top of it all. I thought I found my wife, in the church of all places, but it was hard for me to talk to Sarah alone. When Mary, Sarah, and I were together, I would talk with Mary, and then Sarah would ignore me. And I didn't take the initiative of talking to Sarah alone in the fear of losing a friend in Mary. This goes on for months until Mary tells me that she's moving. Now I'm happy for her because this is what she wants to do. But I hate to see her leave for all the reasons said and thought of. I told her if she needed anything to reach out. She asked if I could help her move. I said sure. Acts of kindness are my love language after all, plus I assumed Sarah would be there, and this could actually help my chances with her. So I'm plotting this out like a movie. I call up my buddy Dave to help out. That way, in case there's four of us, he can spark up a conversation with Mary and leave me with Sarah together. Keep in mind that I'm not only blue pill, but Dave is blue pill too. So he's like, I'm going to help you get your woman, bro. The move is on Sunday. I then see Mary at church and she asks me to come by in the afternoon. I pick up my boy Dave and we get to her place. She's the only one there. I ask her if anyone else is coming and she said, yeah, later. She's going to have a get-together one last time after moving her furniture. I'm thinking that's a great idea, and Dave and I start helping her move. I'm hauling ass so that by the time Sarah gets there, we can sit down and talk. We're finishing up and Sarah finally arrives. We say our hellos and she starts helping out. Then another guy comes by with drinks. I've never seen this guy before, but he's good friends with Mary and Sarah and starts conversing and joking around with them. They sit down and start drinking. Sarah asks where his friends are at, and he says that they're on their way. I'm thinking, cool, I guess the moving is done and the get-together has begun. So me and Dave start to sit down on the floor with everyone else. And Mary looks at me and says, thank you so much for helping me, but that's it for today. I'm like, no problem. A few minutes and an awkward silence later, she thanks me again. I appreciate you guys helping. So what are you guys about to do? Then it clicked. I was there to help her move, but not to hang out. Dave and I looked at each other and left. LOL, I remember we were just sitting in the car and I was confused and honestly hurt. WTF was that? Did we just get played? Did she just use us but didn't want to hang out with us with her other friends? Where the F was that other guy when we were helping her move? That's when I found out I was a simp, and the guy that came over with the drinks was what Mary and Sarah wanted in a guy. I was the cuck and he was the stud. That was a hard red pill to swallow, but it opened up my eyes. It was impossible for me to be ignorant of the dynamic between male and female ever again. Unquote. Well, Daniel, thanks for the donation, and thank you, Jason345, for posting your comment about just how bad the church lady friend zone can actually be. I'll get to my response in just a moment. But first, let me tell everyone about today's sponsor, I Am Serious. This angry cock is mad as hell because Crazy Feminist cock-blocked his main YouTube channel from their henhouse because of so-called hate speech. He's now on MGTOW.tv and getting me to promote his channel for him. He has interesting guests on his show every week, and both myself and TFM have been on there numerous times. Don't let feminists put the MGTOW rooster, I Am Serious in the roaster. Subscribe to him on both MGTOW.tv as well as his YouTube backup channel. Sponsor links are down below. Anyways, now back to the video. So Jason, right off the bat, Sarah ignoring you is a bad sign. You should have seen it as her having zero interest in you and given up trying to pursue her right then and there. But then you decided to help Mary move, and you were going overboard with your thoughts about having a chance with Sarah. With women, as I'm sure you know by now, if she's uninterested in you at first due to a lack of physical attraction or status, usually that's it. If you want to make the effort, the only way that she will actually turn around is if you build some muscles, make a lot of money, or get on the road to success. That's been my experience with a woman that friend-zoned me once. I didn't make the effort to improve myself for her. I did it for myself, and I forgot all about her. That's when she showed interest, and when I had a chance later to be with her, I was already over her, and therefore I didn't take it. Women's love is conditional on a man's money, status, and appearance. If those magically appear, then they might want you to give it to them up the rear. But for men, our love is certainly not conditional based on money and status. And for some guys, they will date a woman with a face and a body as welcoming as a Doberman Pinscher. Men's love can be completely unconditional, women's can't. You don't go out and hang out with a woman that clearly is not interested in you without changing something about yourself. As for being politely thrown out of Mary's apartment after the real man arrived, there could be a number of reasons for this. First off, they might have let you hang around if you weren't interested in Sarah. It was awkward that they probably knew that you were. Also, maybe they didn't feel comfortable having your new friend around, Dave. I take it that they never met him before. Also, there's nothing wrong with doing nice things for people. I've helped women move before and I was already in a relationship, and my ex had no problems with me helping out one of her friends move. But I didn't have any potentially creepy ulterior motives. Nor did I bring over a friend that she might actually have never met before to help out. But even with all the plausible reasons, she told you to scram it wasn't a nice thing to do. I don't know how far she was moving away, so maybe she was never going to see you again anyways. It's like what happens at a funeral where the person that dies was the only reason you knew the other people. Once that person is dead, then quite often you meet the real nasty person that never liked you. They can treat you as poorly as they like now at that point because they had to hold in their hatred of you for years, and now they can finally let it all out and treat you poorly. I'm not saying that people don't have the right to hate others. I just think that treating someone poorly because you'll never see them again is just absolutely messed up. I, like you, Jason, treat people well the last time I see them, because I feel that disrespecting them is like disrespecting myself. I guess Mary probably doesn't like herself and that's why she behaves that way. I'm not sure. It's just a hunch. Maybe it's some of that non-existent religious guilt that she doesn't have inside of her. Women, as you know, are attracted to scoundrels. When Mary acted like a scoundrel to you, maybe she was trying to secretly signal to you that she wanted you to behave that way. I get the feeling that nature turns women into jerks, so they turn us into jerks. The jerks that they've always wanted. It's a theory anyways. Your story is funny because in 5 to 10 years, these women, if they're still single, are going to ask themselves, where have all the good men gone? The good men, i.e. the good-looking men, will marry the good-looking women. But the men that are good to them the way that you are, but not good enough to hook up with, will most likely have figured out the friend zone game and will be gone. Don't have sympathy for them and move on with your life. Other people under your Reddit post said that kindness is not reciprocated by women, and that women have no idea that they're behaving like this with their messed up minds. Ironically, Rudy, the oldest MGTOW I knew, many of the people I knew through him acted this way after he passed away. Acting rude under the Reddit post, one person said this, and I quote, "I would not have left at that point. I would have stayed until I ate and drank everything in the fridge. You don't often get a chance to act as rude as possible to people who deserve it." Unquote. To that, Jason responded by saying, "LOL, that didn't even cross my mind. That would have been fun." Of course it didn't cross his mind, because he's not a mean asshole. I can just imagine the scene that would have actually been caused. Who knows, she could have actually called the cops in a worst-case scenario, to get rid of Jason and his buddy Dave. I can see her trying to explain the story to the ossifer at the door. "Yes, ossifer, he helped me pack my things so I can move out. And then when I asked him to leave after my friends came over so we could eat and drink something, he wouldn't." The cop would probably get so pissed off that he'd probably bang her with his nightstick, up her poop chute, and then expect her to serve him coffee, and then force her to consume a donut that he put around his schwing before he finally gave her the old bang bang. The stud that didn't help move, but got to hang out, might have actually been used as an ottoman, or his back might have doubled up as a coffee table until she served him that coffee. He'd have to be ordered by the cop to not scream as the coffee burned his back. And he wouldn't even be able to hire Kramer's lawyer to sue the cop because of the scalding beverage. It's customary that when you help someone with a big project like a move or a student film or video shoot, that you bring food and drink for the people that are working for free, or for the experience. But it looks as though Mary calculated that she didn't need Jason anymore, so she kicked him out the door. Someone in the comments section under that Reddit post also agrees with me, that you aren't entitled to hang around and talk to Sarah. He even says that you weren't used. I would say the exact same thing to a point. Up to the point where Jason wasn't fed for his services. Everyone knows that when a construction worker or plumber comes over to your house, you offer him a cold one, even though you're the one paying for his services. I guess it's great until he gets drunk and starts speaking like Super Mario on a bad shroom trip. I don't think this situation has anything to do with religion, it just has to do with some common courtesy. I don't really have enough information to know the exact circumstances of the situation. I think it's far more complicated and that Jason misread the situation, and that it's not as cut and dry as he said. But that being said, I would be pissed off if someone actually told me to scram without so much as giving me a drink or a slice of pizza, even though I don't even eat pizza for doing all that hard work. One woman I helped move bought me many snacks and she left for Europe, so I got to keep many of the kitchen items she wasn't bringing with her overseas. That's what you're supposed to do when someone helps you out. I wouldn't see her for many years after that, but she was still nice. That shows you the nature of a person's character. Anyways, that's it for today. Thanks again to Daniel for the donation and Jason345 for the Reddit post and topic. Don't forget to smash the like button the way that you probably wanted to smash Sarah and Mary on the bare floor of that apartment in their bare behinds. Bang the bell and check out the mystery link. Follow me on BitChute, Twitter, and Facebook to get tomorrow's video today. Subscribe to me on Minds, Gab, and MGTOW.tv to get the video for the day after tomorrow. This channel's been demonetized, so if you want to get back at corporate censors, demonetize them by taking away their ad dollars by installing the Brave browser. Link is down below. It also helps me out and you get cryptocurrency for viewing ads as well. You can also help me out through Subscribestar. Thanks for taking your daily dose of red pills, and remember, a red pill a day keeps the women that just wear crosses around their necks as decorative items that get used as choke chains by Chad when they ride the American Church Lady Carousel away. So enjoy the rest of your day, and cheers. Now you can order and pay for dolls through 6 easy monthly payments so long as your credit is approved. Francesca is the favorite of many guys. How about Xena? She's certainly going to make your life full of wonder. You can also play patty cake with Jessica Rabbit if you prefer. Maybe this Tinkerbell will make you swell. Their futanari attachments also fit most dolls. If you have to ask about that, then it's not for you. What are you waiting for? It's time to trade shekels for some silicone jigglies. So lifelike you'll want to take all of them for a ride on your swing swang. Check out the YouTube channel as well as the website down below.